Hi everybody, this is Ananda Leak with Ananda Leak TV. I'm here in Washington with my photographer extraordinaire, Leigh Mosley, who you can reach at www.leigmosley.com. Leigh is a woman with over 40 years of experience as a photographer, educator, and filmmaker. And today I am interviewing Leigh about her work as well as the work we're about to do with social media. As a social media strategist, Leigh has asked me to help her, and she's going to tell you how. So Leigh, tell everybody what you've been doing with your photography over the past 40 years.
Well, what I've been doing with it, I've been teaching other people how to use it, for one thing. And I've worked as an educator in public schools in Washington, D.C., Montgomery County, and now PG County. I've also taught at American University, and I did a short stint at University of D.C., from which I graduated in '75 in TV production because I'm interested in digital filmmaking, and I think people need to know how to use it. That's how I got into digital work in the first place, because I saw years ago that it was a way that people who don't have a lot of money can invest in creating and controlling their own ideas and showing them and sharing them with other people.
So who are some of the people that you've shot over the past 40 years?
Now, I have to look on my list to remember, but some of them are, this way?
Yeah.
Okay, some of them are Whoopi Goldberg, Muhammad Ali, Shirley Chisholm, let me see, Ted Kennedy, lots of other political people. Gee, can I look at my list?
You sure can look at your list.
There's a lot of people. Marion Barry, locally, Pat Harris, Effie Berry, Alice Walker, Barbara Smith, Barbara Ehrenreich, just to name a few.
And the publications that you work for, let everybody know.
I work for the Washington Post, the Washington Blade, the Village Voice in New York, Ms. Magazine, Art Forum Magazine, Essence Magazine. Oh, let me not forget Essence, because that's been a long one. Let me see. It's hard to remember them all.
It's all good. It's all good. But you have a rich history of working with publications and sharing your gift as a photographer. Now, as we move into the digital age, not move into, we're thick in it.
Yes, we are.
You're seeking to use social media to do what with your work and your students?
Well, primarily, one of the reasons that I'm working with you is because you're starting to gather the expertise. Even though I went back to school at 54, I think, and got a master's degree in digital art from Maryland Institute College of Art, because I saw the handwriting on the wall about 10 years before that, and I knew that I was going to have to, if I wanted to survive and still work as a photographer, that I was going to have to get into this whole digital medium. And I knew that I needed to do that. But an example of why I need you is that my website has been the same for like 7 years, and I haven't been exploiting YouTube, MySpace, now Facebook, and all the digital means of building up clientele and communicating with people and letting them know that I exist, who I am, what I do, and now what even my students do too, because a lot of times people only hear the bad stuff about kids in public schools, and a lot of them are really, really creative, bordering on genius in some cases. So I want to try to stimulate people's knowledge about that and my use of the media, because it's there. Why not use it?
And I'm happy to be here to help you as you launch LeighMosley.com into Twitter and Facebook and all of these other wonderful tools that I just love as a social media strategist. So I want to thank you for being with Ananda Leak TV today. Is there anything that you want to say to the listening audience before we wrap up the show?
If you have time, our public schools need you. A lot of us, despite the economy, have a little bit more that we're able to share with people. And a lot of my friends who are well-heeled always say, well, what can we do? What can we do? Well, try to adopt a school and see what you can do to help, even if it's just one kid.
All right. Well, I'm here with Leigh Mosley, and Leigh can be reached at www.leighmosley.com. Leigh is available for portraits. She does films. She also is available for, what else, Leigh?
I shoot events, I do weddings, I do just about everything. So there's no limit. So if you need a portrait, if you need an event captured, christenings, anything that's special in your life that you want to have documented, because I'm primarily a documentary photographer, even though I do dabble in fine arts. I create images from images in Photoshop and other things. I'd like to document our life because it's important.
All right. And I wanted to get Leigh's permission on camera to see if I can show one of her pieces that she's created with digital media. Is that
Sure.
okay? All right. So I'm going to let you all see some of Leigh's studio. And she told me it's called panning. So I'm panning, and I'm taking you to one of my favorite pieces. Leigh, what is this called?
It is called a tribute to George Lincoln Rockwell, who was the leader of the American, what is it? Oh, God, I can't think of the name of it. I wouldn't say the American Communist Party, but it's not.
I can see your glare.
You can, okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm going to get up close so people
Look
can
him up, though. Go online. George Lincoln Rockwell.
All right.
He was a very famous kind of Nazi propagandist that spewed out a lot of very negative information about black people in particular back in the 60s.
Okay.
And you could call him up and listen to all this stuff about sending black people back to Africa and nigger this and nigger that. And, you know, it was very informative at that time. There were a lot of things going on in the 60s, just as there are today, but a little bit more overt.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in and watching Ananda League TV. This is Ananda League with Leigh Mosley. Have a positively wonderful day. Bye-bye.